I'm currently in the room where the pieces of fabric made from chopped fiberglass are cut. Fiberglass is quite irritating, so for this step we will equip ourselves with a suit, a mask, goggles and gloves. Each part of fiberglass made contains a minimum of 3 layers of fabric. In that case, for each trailer it will take 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours cutting the pieces of fabric. For the Globetrotter, we have around 30 different shapes, but the total number of pieces to be laminated in the molds is 170. For the Globe Sport, around 20 different shapes bring us to a total of more than 200 pieces to be laminated in the molds. It's easy to understand that the Globe Sport demands to spend more time on manufacturing its fiber parts. Now let's see the next step. Back in the room where all the steps in manufacturing fiberglass parts are taking place. Once the gel coat has dried, each pieces of fabric are laminated in the mold. To do so, we need to mix the right amount of resin with the right amount of hardener, and the ambient temperature has to be taken into account when calculating the amount of hardener. If we don't put enough, we will unnecessarily lengthen the hardening time. On the other hand, if we put too much of it, we will reduce the time, which is not a good thing since it can cause cracking in our parts. We use different tools. Some are common, though they might seem out of place here, like the paint roller and the whisk. But we also have more specialized tools, such as this roller that allows us to remove air bubbles in the resin. A small air bubble can really take on a lot during curing. So if we don't want our part to end up in the trash, we really have to be careful, especially during the first layer of fabric. Depending on the model of trailer, it will take between 6 and 10 hours of rolling work to obtain our parts. And that doesn't count waiting times during which the resin hardens. The next step will be the demolding of the parts, and then there will be the finishing cutting.